morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Pastor Jarvis. I'm here with the Takeaway Podcast. Jarvis Marlowash here with the Takeaway Podcast. And I just want to say, since I've been a podcaster, is that what I am, a podcaster? since I've been podcasting, getting my podcast on, I'm so excited today of all days because of my special guest, my little homie, my main man, CJ, who I'm about to introduce to you. But I'm so excited because we have history. I'm so excited that what we're about to talk about today is something near and dear to my heart. And I want to say, and I want to thank you for watching or following us. I want to ask you to go ahead on and subscribe to this podcast. Follow us on whatever media platform you're watching or listening to today. The takeaway's goal is to increase the value of the relationships in your life. It's all about relationships. And if you can do that, that'll be so great. I got my main man, CJ, with us today. CJ, say what's up to the people.
Yo,
what's up? Yeah. CJ 30, y'all.
30. Gonna be 31.
He 30 years old. This 31. Is crazy. Now, this is not going to be scripted at all. I need y'all to listen to me because CJ, I met him. How old were you, dude?
I was 14 years old. Huh?
14 years old, tattoos everywhere. He was a big jit. He was a big kid. He was always bigger than regular kids his age and had a chip on his shoulder, carrying guns, toting pistols. I met him in the parking lot of a church, of a plaza on the corner of Pine Hills and Silver Star. Dude. And CJ walking across, pants sagging, Crip rag out, got his blue rag out flagging. I'm like, hey, bruh, come to church, man. Come here, right? I said something like that, right?
Every day he was just like, hey, man, come as you is. I'm like, man, y'all church is not for me.
Yeah,
he was like, man, church is exactly for you. I had never been to church before.
Oh, God.
You know, like, that wasn't my thing, you know.
Yeah,
like, I wasn't one of those type of church persons because I didn't feel like that was my environment.
Yeah.
My environment was the streets.
Yeah,
you know?
And you had never been to church before, bro?
Nah.
I never knew that till just now. I know you wasn't like a regular, but I know you wasn't a regular, but I didn't think that you hadn't been to church at all, bro.
Never been to church.
So we just gonna tell these people the story and then we just gonna go because this is what we do. And then I don't know, did I offer you a job right then or did you come to church first?
No, I came to church first. And then later on down the line, you was like, what are you doing for? Like, you can't just be out here.
Yeah.
And I was like, I ain't got no job. And you was like, well, I do this mobile detail. You ever watch cars before? I'm like, nah, watch no car.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead, come on.
The grind was real, though. The grind was real.
That was real work now. It was actually work.
That was your first job?
First job.
Dude.
Don't nobody give me a chance. Like,
you had all the tattoos on your face there, man.
Yeah, anybody was like, you old 14? Sure.
You ain't 14. Hey, you know what was so funny, though? You used to tell me, you've said this a few times, that's why I rehearse it in my mind. You say, man, did nobody talk to me?
They did.
Like nobody talked to you.
Nobody.
Like nobody nowhere talked to you.
Nobody.
And I'm just yelling at you every time I see you in the neighborhood. Like, hey, man, go to church.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's
why I was so confused. Like, it just throwed me. And that's what actually made me, I was like, this crazy, man. This got to be a crazy church. Let me go see what's going on. And then everybody's dressed normal. It was like, I was like, oh, man. And then that first sermon I did come to, it gave me, I wouldn't say that it changed my life, that specific moment, but it gave me a different option.
Yeah.
It was like all these happy people, they got this family going on, this church family. Yeah. And that, that became my family. Like,
shout out to Bishop Cabarrus, who was my pastor at that time. The
Pastor
homie.
Cabarrus,
the big homie. Big fella. Oh God.
Jessica Bird.
Yeah,
Shout
yeah,
out.
yeah, man. So tell me a little bit about yourself as far as mom, dad, siblings,
Well,
kids.
my dad is probably one of the most well-known drug addicts in Orlando. I hate to say it, but he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He just, he goes through trials and tribulations. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. My mom, she had us when she was young. I got three siblings. There's four of us. I'm the youngest.
Okay.
You know how that is.
How old's your mom?
My mom had me when I was 21, so I'm going to be
She was
31.
21.
Yeah, when she was 21. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Yeah, when she was 21. And so I'm going to be 31, so she should be like 52.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you was always good with them numbers, but you ain't never had a number problem.
Man,
You
got
know
no
what I mean?
number problem.
You never had a
Yeah,
number.
make some numbers right.
Hey man, so we spent time together.
Yeah.
We went to church together for a little piece. You had a lot going on.
Yeah, you pulled me away, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's
I tried to keep you as long as I could around. You know what I mean? And man, I think it was beneficial for both of us. What many people don't know is, I think I was telling you in the truck earlier today, I had just, I think, lost everything for the second time in my life. And I had lost a job. I had lost a bunch of stuff. And I was starting over. And I started over with this mobile detailing deal. And really didn't have no money to be paying none of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we got paid.
We got paid. Yeah, you got paid. I don't owe you no money.
definitely
I
got
owe you no
paid.
money. Yeah. So what's so incredible about it is that wow, it wasn't just the detailing of the cars, it was the drumming up the business, the going to different places, to the Metro PCS right there on the corner of Pine Hill, Silver Star, to the different barber shops or wherever. Different churches, wherever we went. Wherever we went to go. But you said that you were kind of like unapproachable and people never spoke to you. But at the same time, I spoke to you and you responded, right? I've never got any portion of disrespect from you, right? So obviously, it's a lot of young guys out there, people scared to approach, right? But don't nobody give them a chance. You want to say something about that? You want to talk a little bit about that?
I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but I'm just saying for me, it was more of I wasn't that I didn't want people to talk to me.
Yeah.
It was that I had to show everybody that if you did talk to me, you better come with respect. Because if not, then I was going to react a certain type of way.
Yeah.
And in the environment that I was in, it was only one way to react. So when you see somebody who looks like that, that does not mean that, hey, don't talk to me. That just means, hey, when you talk to me, have something to say.
Yeah.
Like, don't try to belittle me, disrespect me, or degrade me. Don't start off by that. I may know when I'm doing this wrong.
Yeah.
But that does not mean that I don't want to fix it.
Yeah.
So
respect is major.
Huge.
In whatever aspect. And I think I always respected you. I pulled you a little tight a few times.
You was like that big brother. I ain't have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I always respected you, and you respected me. And when you couldn't do something, you just told me you couldn't do it. I go back to that one time. We're actually on the same corner in a different plaza, Pine Hills and Silver Star. Was that Christmas?
It was around that time.
It was New Year's Day, I think.
Yeah,
or
it was around that time.
New Year's Eve or New Year's Day or something. And we out detailing cars. And you want to talk about what happened that day?
Well, I had seen, I had changed the way that I interacted with people and the way that I interacted with I want to say my homies, but my homies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Homies.
And I was trying to show them, it's different environment. I got a job now.
Yeah, I work now, right?
I'm working right now.
I gotta go to work tomorrow,
And that's basically what we was talking about. I had seen two friends of mine. They were like, "Boy, what you doing over here?" You know what I'm saying? You getting it? And I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm with this mobile detailing. We getting it." And then I go to the church across it. It was like a sense of pride.
Yeah.
And, it was, still gang banging. And they was telling me about some problems that they was having. And that people was looking at me different. And I was telling them I didn't care, you know. And when they walked away, I guess the people that they was having problems with, they end up running across, and an argument started. And next thing you know, gunshots.
I remember saying, "Hey man, get back to work. Come on, man," because you went up. I'm like, "Man, get back to work." Then like what, 5-10 minutes later,
That's it. That's all
and
it
they
took.
died that day. They killed them.
They died right there on the scene.
Yeah, that was something, man.
Yeah, I had got discouraged for a little minute, but
Yeah.
can't do nothing.
I know I came to Brevard County. All of this was happening in Orlando. I came to Brevard County, started a church, didn't know anybody, did some things. But you kind of kept up with me, man. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
Right? Because sometimes I need keeping up with. You know what I mean? And we fell out of contact for a little bit. But part of that's because you was on vacation. You was on vacation. That some of that was traveling, but
Some of that was that
other vacation we about to move into.
Oh yeah.
We finna talk about going on vacation against your will. So you served some time in prison too.
Yeah, I've been in prison twice.
Been in prison twice.
That's crazy.
Okay, and the first time, how long?
First time I was 17 years old.
Okay.
I got out when I was around 21. The second time I went back, I went to 21, and I didn't get out till I was like 27.
And that was the same year. So you got out, went back the same year. Now the day you toured our reentry center, we talked about a lot off camera, and you talked about, you know, how important reentry was. And I mean, whatever part of that you want to share about how what people need when they get out or when they're starting over, would be great. You know?
Yeah, they need that structure, because you got to remember, when we're in prison, we're structured. So
night and day.
Night and day. So it gets repetitive, and so what we do is, to try to get back some control, we create our own structure. So it becomes a night and day. It becomes a habit. And when we get out of prison, even though we don't have that oversight no more, we have full opportunity to do whatever. We still need that structure, because that's how we're programmed at that moment. And when you're transitioning, you're still in that mind frame. So you're still, you know, having that same type of energy, that same type of thought process with everything.
And if you don't have that structure in place, it's gonna
fall.
It's gonna fall, man, because you just came from that.
Right.
And then you get out and it's everything on your cell phone, and you can do this, you can do that, and it's you need somebody to hold your hand. Hey, you called me maybe a few months ago, and you was telling me some stuff. I can't remember everything, but it was basically like, bruh, that was my first job, and you know, you did a lot of traveling, and you just met Sylvester Stallone and all that. Tell me a little bit about some of that. Tell the people a little bit about some of that stuff.
So basically, like, I didn't even tell you this part. You actually made me want to be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Like, because you helped me.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you, even when I was still continuing to do bad stuff, I still had that voice in my head. I ain't have that before. I ain't have no conscience before. I didn't care. Yeah. See, now I care, because I heard possible, man, Joker. I'm telling you, Joker.
I Joker get a minute.
Yeah, Joker. Man, you gonna Joker. You know what I'm saying? So and so I just had that in the back of my head, and it helped me. So when I did get out for the second time, it just made me just want to see the world, you know? And then I remember you was from Cali. So I was like, man, I'm going to Cali.
I'm going to Cali.
It's going to be some people like Pastor Watts.
Back to Cali.
I loved it too. Like, I traveled all over the country. Like, been to Mexico, Arizona, New York, Chicago, Baton Rouge, Vegas. Of course, Cali.
You know,
New York.
Yeah,
everywhere.
We had our Cali conversation.
Just everywhere. And it's just, I want to do what you did. And I appreciate you showing me this, like what you showed me today. Because like I was telling you, this
you
is
was gobbling it up, bruh.
What?
Especially when we was over there in the Trops a little while ago.
Yeah,
I seen you in the parking lot like, bruh, this is good. Because you got to see all the kids coming off the bus with the high fives, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, we need that in my neighborhood.
Yeah,
like,
that's the first thing you said, man. They need this on Mercy.
Yeah.
They need this in Pine Hill.
They need that.
You know.
Because their kids is lost. And I was one of them lost kids, I'm telling you. And then all I heard about my pops was, boy, you know, your pops got shot one time and beat a dude up after he got shot. And, oh, man, you know, your uncle doing this and he doing that. And boy, you such and such, you know, and that's all I had. That's all I had. I ain't
Hey,
got it.
tell me the Sylvester Stallone
So long
deal.
story.
Yeah,
Oh, so
were you in LA then, or you
I was
somewhere
in,
else?
I was in
Okay.
LA.
Okay.
So I was in LA. We went to Beverly Hills Center. We went to Rodale Drive, and when I was passing by, I seen Sylvester Stallone just coming out of the jewelry store. But my mind, I was like, oh my God, that's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Is that Rocky? Oh
I
no,
was
no,
like, that's
Sylvester.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. No, I said that's what Arnold
Arnold
Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger,
Well,
okay.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. So my friend was like, nah, bro, that's not him. I'm like, yes, it is. That's Arnold Schwarzenegger. So he looked at me. And I was like, "Oh no, that's Rocky Balboa. That's
Is that Rocky Balboa?
Yeah, and
Rocky,
we had
Rocky,
talked to him, and
Rocky.
it was cool. We sat there and talked for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It was real cool, down to earth dude, man. He was
And he just chopped it up with you.
just chopped it up.
Yeah, I
took some
seen the
pictures.
picture on your
Facebook. Yeah,
yeah, on the Facebook.
yeah. He
that's-
just chopped it up. We talked about Michael B. Jordan, talked about the movies.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy, man. That's
Great
crazy
dude.
how life go full circle. Hey, man, you know, I think my generation need to continue to speak to y'all, but y'all got to respond too. And as much as you say the things that I did for you, you were giving the vibe right back. You know, because some stuff I asked you to do, you didn't want to do. Sometimes I came, hey man, beat, get up, let's go. You didn't want, but you did. And I think it's a gap sometime in this generation because people feel like they got something to prove, or we demand, right? When we shouldn't. We should be relational. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like we should be relational. Like
Facts.
we should have conversations, and we should be able to talk about that. We should be able to talk through that, right? And so I value you, dude. I mean, like for real. Like I'm proud of you. You know, I really do. And I think that it doesn't. It started 16 years ago. That's crazy.
That's what makes
That's
me feel old.
crazy. Even though it started 16 years ago, it doesn't need to stop, right? It doesn't need to stop. And I'm a firm believer people got to be intentional. Like you got to like go out of your way. You know, when I told my folks about our relationship, I don't know what exactly I told them, but I'm like, it's this dude, he my main man. He called me, we've been talking, he say, yeah, and I think I want to bring him on the podcast to just kind of talk through some stuff and just let people see, like, because somebody in my seat stopped speaking. Somebody 16 years ago, and even now, it's people that have something to say, with limited resources, have something to give, and they don't, man. And part of it is they intimidated, they scared, they don't feel like they have enough, right? But none of those reasons are valid reasons not to speak, right? Like not to speak to a young man that they see going the wrong way. We talked a little bit about your nephew, and you talked about how you talk to him, and we'll share with them just a piece of that if you want. But like I feel the weight to keep speaking, right? That younger generation has to at least listen and speak back. What you feel about all that, man?
Yeah, I feel like it's a key to social skills, you know, to show a child how to interact with people in the world, because now they're just getting it off of social media, and we know that's just a different reality itself.
Altogether.
So it's very key that you have to have, in my opinion, you have to have that masculine presence and that feminine presence. You get that equal balance. You know, your mom can be the one that you run to, kiss your boo-boos, but your dad can be the one to show you life is about structure. Life is about respect. Life is about being this, taking responsibility. So you need that, and a lot of times, it's not your dad. Sometimes it's that guy for you, for me, in the community that you just run across, or your football coach, or your high school teacher, or whoever in that role that does it for you. And just hope and pray that it's that positive persona, because if not, then it's just going to be an endless cycle. So it's very important, you know, keep that. So when you get it, to keep it.
Yeah, we talked about at lunch the other day. We talked about that Pine Hills mindset. The Pine Hills mindset. But we could take that Pine Hills mindset or cross out Pine Hills or cross out whatever hood it is. Just make up. It could be, Pine Hills mindset, Mercy Drive mindset, West Cocoa mindset, up top mindset. And we talked about the minds, like it's up here. Like it took a while, but you sitting in prison thinking, man, Pastor gave my first job. You know what I'm saying? Or years later, you doing well and you like, man, somebody gave me a chance, right? Like you didn't even notice how much of a chance that was even back then as you do now.
I didn't.
Right?
I didn't.
Now,
I looked at it as a different hustle. Oh, he just gave me a hustle. I'm for my car. I'm for getting my car, and I'm for to start me a mobile detailing. I'm soaking it up. But you bro, I probably would have been with my friends. You know what I'm saying? Like I have so many friends that I got tatted on me.
Because they dead.
Because they dead. Or they in prison, they never coming home. My best friend Joshua Hurd, I was in prison. I seen him on the news with 2 capital murders, never coming home. And all I'm thinking in my head, like, I'm mentally better now. I could have saved him. That hurt me to my heart to this day because I know he's in a, like, lost, bro. He was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. So that's why I want to do that. That's why when you showed me what y'all do today, it's like, bro, you'll be surprised.
We had talked about it though, but I guess you needed to see it a little bit, because these preachers be making their mouth fried chicken.
I can see the kids. I can see the kids. I see the need.
Yeah.
I have never seen
the
that
program.
before.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing, bro.
Yeah. Hey, it's a mindset, right? And you talked a little bit about that earlier at lunch, about your your consciousness or something.
Cognitive.
Cognitive. Like how you get it, how you process.
How you process it and break it down. Like that's big on everything. Because that's based off your perspective, based off how you see the world, based off your environment and what your interactions with on a day-to-day basis. It's how you break down information. I may see a car pull past that I don't know, but because my interactions in the hood and because of the stuff I know that I done and the skeletons in my closet, I have to pay attention to this car. Or because I might be out selling drugs, I have to pay attention to this car.
We need to know who in the car.
Right. Yeah. Even when I'm no longer doing that type of stuff, I done retired from the streets, I'm sitting back, I'm still shell shocked to the point where I have to know who this is.
Who's in the car?
I have to know who's in this car. Like if I know you and you pull up to come to me and I don't know who's driving this car, like, bro, that's a no-no. You don't know if I know, like, I have to live my life like that, and that's a bad thing, and that kind of cancel out any kind of opportunities that I might have, and that's what's in the hood right now.
Man, I'm a firm believer though that God never wastes struggles, trial, disappointment, whatever. That all things work together for the good. I got my Real Church shirt on today, so I guess I'm preaching, but I'm not preaching. This is a podcast. Okay. So, but I want to say that you can literally take that stuff, even what you just explained, take the dad not being there, take the loss of the homies, take all of that and make something out of it, man. Like somebody need to hear your story. Like your story is not done being written, right? But it's enough to write your story today, man. I think you really have something to give. I can remember after them kids, your friends was murdered, like you was on the news for something. Through the church or through something. I think they interviewed.
Well, when I had really just gave up the violence in my life, like I just got tired of just the robbing, the shooting at people. I had went to church one day and I had gave my life to Christ and I had put my gun on the altar.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. I should have remembered that.
Yeah. And Pastor Cabarrus had got with the local news and they had did a report about me based on that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but it was a stepping stone in my life. It was a great milestone.
Yeah, absolutely.
That I needed, but
absolutely.
I don't know if you remember also when I had gotten into an altercation I ain't gonna speak about, but my mouth ended up getting wired up.
I do remember that.
My
I
jaw
do
was broke.
remember
I
that.
got the plates in my mouth. My
You
mouth was
your,
wired up.
your mouth was wired
Yeah,
up, and I
and I
pulled
couldn't.
up.
Yeah, I
I
couldn't even
pulled up.
afford. I couldn't even afford my medication.
Yeah, I pulled
And
up.
they had put me out the hospital because I didn't have insurance. And you pulled up with some help me out with the medication, and you gave me some canned goods.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't eat nothing but canned goods.
Yeah. We hadn't talked in a minute that time either,
we
but man,
haven't,
I value that you reached out. You know, you ain't never been with the foolery. You've been the foolishness. You've been with the foolishness, but you ain't never been with the foolery. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never been with the foolery. Now you always told me the truth, even if I didn't want to hear it. You understand what I'm saying? You always told me the truth, man. Hey, man. So what's next for you? What's next for you?
Basically, just trying to.
Besides coming to church Sunday. No, go ahead. Finish. Go ahead.
Basically, I'm trying to, just trying to give back, bro. Not even just say give back, because sometimes I feel like it's something that I don't own. You feel me? Like, I just feel like it's meant to be for the next person, so they don't have to go through what I went through. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to say my story is different from the next person.
It's your story.
It's my story. And if I could do something positive with it, then that's what I'm really trying to do. Like, even when I'm out and about, I see some kids doing wrong, I try to speak to them, And the reason why I keep saying kids is because that's the only thing, that's the easiest part to affect. And that's like cutting off the head of the dragon. Once you start with the next generation, then the older generation will either, move on, or they will figure it out themselves. Because it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. But that new dog, he has no sin. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has no responsibility. It's not his fault that they in that predicament. It's not his fault they getting that learning from social media or whatever may be the case. So if I can reach out and do something just simple, like, hey man, you don't want to go to prison. You don't want to be doing this. You don't want to be doing that. And that's where it leads to. Like, I don't understand how you not know this. I didn't know it. I don't understand how I didn't know it, But that's what it leads to, and that's what I'm really trying to do. Along a few other things, but that's what it is.
Good stuff, man. Awesome, man. Well, I enjoyed having you on today. Man, what's your favorite artist?
Oh man.
Top three.
Top three: Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and Black.
Okay. I don't even know who Black is, bro.
Black.
I'm old.
It's spelled with a 6 instead of a B.
Okay, he a rapper too?
Yeah, I like lyrical rappers. Somebody who got something to say, like they speak a story.
Okay, what's your favorite movie? Or top three?
Okay, John Q.
Okay.
Hardball. Soul Food.
Okay. Hardball. Which one is that?
Hardball is about with Keanu Reeves. Came into the inner city neighborhood. Started a baseball team to help out the kids.
Did. Hardball. So that was a good movie.
Yeah.
And you had you wiggled with that. Because you went from Soul Food to Hardball to John Q. I lay it all on the line for me and mine.
I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. Okay, I can see.
John Q, that's my movie.
Where you going? What's your favorite book? Top 3 books.
Harry Potter.
Terry
Goodkind, the Rift Force saga.
Okay, because I thought you didn't come with no Donald Goines and nothing. I know you was in prison.
Terry Goodkind, The Wheel of Time, and Harry Potter.
Hey, when you at the reentry center, first thing you say when you pass by one of the bookshelves, you're like, yeah, man, they need this, bro. Because we be reading now, bro. Especially when you on lockdown, when you in the hole, bro.
That book, best friend. It's like a movie.
It's like a movie.
Because you in this dark room, you can't turn on the lights. You can't do nothing. You be trying to get that, but when you get that sentence in, your mind travels,
That's crazy. And that's so the truth, man. You in there, man. A book will set you free, bro.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, man. Knowledge is power. Yeah, man. Talked about books, talked about, music, talked about movies, you know what I'm saying? But no kids right now.
Nah, no kids. I can't.
No new kids? Is that what you just said?
Nah, no kids, period. Nah, no kids, period right now, man. I want to be in a predicament in my life where I can get that child every opportunity.
Yeah, every opportunity.
Yeah. And at the same time, I feel like the person I have a child from, I want to also be,
married
tied
to.
in, right? So I know we're going to be together.
Got you.
Like, that's a struggle right now.
Got you.
The struggle right now.
It's the struggle, and the struggle real.
The struggle is definitely real.
Hey, all right. Well, good stuff, man. So were there any other role models in your life, man? Like,
there was a lot of role models.
okay,
You know, it was a lot of role
around.
models.
Yeah.
It's this dude named Cody. He actually showed me HVAC. I was in a dark moment in my life. My jaw was, I had just took the wire off. I didn't even wait to them. I took the wire out myself. I was having like crazy depression problems, like suicide, like a lot was going through. I was homeless. It was a lot going through. And he gave me a job, you know, and he actually let me sleep in this apartment. It was like he wasn't staying there. Cody saved my life. Yeah, I tell him that all the time. He like a father. He like a father to me. He called me a son sometimes, you know, like, and he stayed moving, like our paths have, you know, went two different ways, but we still stay in contact, you know. So yeah, and then my stepfather, to a certain role, he showed me how to be a man. You know, he didn't have that loving effect, but he still showed me how to be a man. And you know, older cousins, it was a few for different reasons.
I had a boss. That's funny. You said he showed you the love, but not the loving way. But he showed you to be a man. You know, funny. I don't know where this is coming from, but I had this one boss. You know, you would ask him, like, "Boss man, why you don't never tell me? You know, I'm doing a good job, whatever. I pay you like I appreciate you. What you want? You want me to thank you? You want me to pay you?" That was his mindset. I pay you like that. Hey man, so you had some examples, and it's like God kept sending people, you know, to help, you know, to kind of look out or navigate or just be there. Sometimes we don't need nobody to do nothing. We just need somebody to kind of be there, to just listen. And that's why I value relationships so much. And you are a blessing. You're a benefit from you have taken whatever, and you're moving forward with that, man. And that's good stuff. Don't stop talking, man.
No,
I'm
just listening because, bro, it's surreal. Like to think about it, because I stay in my head a lot. So it'd be surreal for me to see the transformation. And a lot of people who know me, they'd be like, "Oh no," you know. It used to be funny. My sister's boyfriends and my mom's boyfriends, they used to know me.
Yeah.
Before they know her. So they'd be like, "Oh, that's your son?"
Yeah.
Oh, man. Like, man. Like, hey, so any type of dispute, they'll be like, "CJ, listen, man, I don't know what your mama gonna tell you, but, man, I promise you, it ain't not the truth.
That ain't what happened.
Yeah. Let me tell you before she called you.
Please don't come over here.
So it was like,
up nothing.
It was crazy, man. And, you know, I've earned it, you know, both good and bad, but I don't regret nothing. Because my trials and tribulations made me who I am, and I feel like if I would have never went through that, you know, who knows?
Straight up.
Who knows? I could have been one of the ones that traveled to the streets later on in life, you know, but who knows?
So you got that out your system.
Got that out my system.
Check that out the box.
Yeah, hoodlum, check.
Hood check.
Ain't going back there.
Ain't got to go back. Prison? Check.
Check. Underline, cross that out. Warning.
Yeah, we not doing that. That's
we
what we
definitely not doing.
Man, I'm going to bring you back on this podcast, man, and it's so exciting. I was telling you about the transitional home for men that we're that's not rolling out through our nonprofit, but actually through our church, and how that's starting in a few weeks here, and would definitely love for you to come out and talk to some of those guys that's fresh out of jail or prison. And man, it's been real good, man. It's been real good. Yeah. So
it has, man. It has. Like you showed me, basically my plan in motion. Like, crazy. Hey, man, it can be done.
Yeah.
You know, because you come from somewhat similar background to me, and for you to be able, it's possible.
Yeah.
You know, definitely possible.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's encouragement, and that's like, that's all I need.
Yeah, exposure is huge.
Yeah,
exposure is huge. And if I didn't learn anything, but you know, I don't know if you remember this. I told you learn one or two things from people. Do you remember what it is?
Yeah.
What is it? What did I tell you?
You say you learn what to do and what not to do.
Boy, you be listening. Boy, that's what I'm talking about. Boy, and that's it. And sometimes that's even with our own struggles, failures, or flaws. We learn. I don't need to do that no more. Check.
Yeah. Well, I ain't need to do that. Yeah. Seeing you do it. Yeah.
Nah, we ain't doing that.
And it's crazy you say that because, like I said, I tell my nephew, like, just learn from my mistakes. I sit around and I keep it honest with him to a PG level, you know, because I don't want to put that glorification, you know, it glorify everything you make seem like a movie. So I do it in the PG level, like, bro, learn from my mistakes. I made the mistakes for me and you, you know, like, and we got a pretty healthy relationship. You know, he got some things he working on, but he working on them. You know what I'm saying? He got him a job. He know to take care of his stuff now. You know, he don't grow on trees. So, yeah. It's good.
Man, I appreciate you being with me today, man.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you hanging out with us and coming on the Takeaway podcast. You know, we really appreciate you guys watching, listening, viewing, sharing, and we're grateful. And we want you to continue to watch, like, share, tell some folks about this podcast. Maybe it's some questions you may have. Maybe it's some insight you want to give on what you heard today. You know, comment, share, like, put it out there, and we will most definitely follow you as you follow us.
So what's the takeaway? Consistency is what transforms average into excellence. Consistency is in a relationship requires respect, structure, being intentional, setting an example, and encouragement. Whatever you do, make time to be a game changer in someone's life.